Greetings of the day, everyone. Myself, Dr. KRISHNA Reddy, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering from the Pullareddy Engineering College, Autonomous, Kurnool. Today, I would like to explain about thermal engineering subject. In that, I have taken basic concepts of an IC engine. Engine is very important component for automobiles. An engine is a device in which one form of energy converted to another form of energy. In the similar way, heat engine means here chemical energy converted to thermal energy converted to mechanical work or useful work. Next, classification of heat engines. Here we have two types of an IC engines. I mean internal combustion engines and external combustion engines. Internal combustion engines means the combustion takes place within the engine cylinder. Examples for internal combustion engines are gasoline engines, diesel engines, etc. Then coming to external combustion engines in which the combustion takes place outside the engine cylinder. Here we have examples for EC engines, steam boilers, etc. Internal combustion engines are classified as follows according to the number of strokes, according to the ignition system, according to the fuel, according to the type of cooling. Coming to number of power strokes, we have 4 strokes. 4 strokes means suction stroke, compression stroke, power stroke slash expansion stroke, and last one is exhaust stroke. Then according to the 2 stroke, we need to differentiate the engine. Then coming to ignition system, that is spark ignition engine, it is also known as a petrol engine. Compression ignition engine, it is also known as a diesel engine. Type of fuel used, suppose if we can use petrol, that is nothing but a petrol engine. If we can use diesel, that is nothing but a diesel engine. Then air cooled engines, example, two-wheelers. In two-wheelers, we are not using any water. The engine is cooled by the air only. Water cooled engines, four-wheelers. There we can use the water in order to cool the engine cylinder. Next, we will discuss on working principle of four-stroke SI engine. Before that, I can draw an IC engine figure. In that, I can represent the components of an IC engine. This is nothing but a cylinder block. This is nothing but bottom portion of the engine, that is crankcase. Here this is nothing but a piston rings, gudgeon pin, connecting rod having a small end and big end. Small end is connected to the gudgeon pin, big end connected to the crank. And coming to cylinder head, we have inlet valve. This is inlet valve. This is exhaust valve. And we have the spark plug. Suppose if it is a petrol engine, we need to use the spark plug. If it is a diesel engine, we can use the fuel injector instead of a spark plug. Why we have to use the spark plug in the case of petrol engine means petrol engine having less compression ratio, that is nothing but smaller. It is nothing but total volume to the clearance volume. It is nothing but total volume to the clearance volume. Compression ratio for petrol, it is around 6 to 10. Compression ratio for diesel 16 to 20. Because of less compression ratio in the case of petrol engine, we need to use the spark plug. But in diesel engine, the compression ratio is more, it is self-ignited. This is inlet valve, this is exhaust valve. Piston rings, gudgeon pin, then this is cylinder, this is crankcase. These are some parts of an IC engine. I have taken a vertical engine. This portion is nothing but a combustion chamber. This information is most important for understanding working principle of 4-stroke SI engine or working principle of 4-stroke C engine. As earlier discussed that we have 4 strokes, that is suction, compression, expansion and exhaust. So suction stroke, what happens? So during suction stroke, the piston moves from top dead center to bottom dead center. This is inlet valve. This is spark plug. We are using SI engine. This is exhaust valve. Okay. Here, this is top dead center. This is bottom dead center. This is inlet valve. This is exhaust valve, spark plug. During suction stroke, piston moves from EDC to BDC. In that case, inlet valve opens, then fuel and air mixture enters into the engine cylinder during suction stroke. Exhaust valve closes. So we need to observe here, during suction stroke, piston moves from top dead center to bottom dead center. That is one point. Inlet valve opens, exhaust valve closes. And what about crank angle? Makes an angle 0 degrees to 180 degrees. This is happening during a suction stroke. Then coming to compression stroke, what happens? During compression stroke, the piston moves from bottom dead center to top dead center. Bottom dead center to top dead center. This is bottom dead center. Same components available here. I mean inlet valve in this case closes. Inlet valve, exhaust valve. Both valves are closed during compression stroke. See, during suction stroke, whatever the fuel and air mixture enters into the engine cylinder, that mixture is going to be compressed. So pressure and temperature increases here. So both valves are closed. Both valves are closed. And crank angle 180 degrees to 360 degrees. These are the points we need to remember. This is second stroke, that is nothing but compression. This is first one is suction stroke. Then coming to expansion power stroke first. So when the piston is at top dead center, so here what happens, so spark plug, both valves are closed. This is third one, that is nothing but power stroke. So what happens here, at the end of the compression stroke, high pressure and temperature of the fuel and air mixture is participating in the combustion process by spark plug. So here power is going to be produced. Some force exerted on the piston. Again, piston moves from top dead center to bottom dead center. That's why it is called power stroke followed by expansion stroke. So in this stroke, we need to remember that both valves are closed. Then crank angle 360 degrees to 540 degrees. Then coming to last one is exhaust stroke. Here the piston moves from bottom dead center to top dead center. Here inlet valve opens, exhaust valve, inlet valve closes, exhaust valve opens. Why exhaust valve opens means whatever the exhaust gases remaining inside to the engine cylinder, these exhaust gases leaves to the atmosphere through exhaust valve. So in this case, inlet valve closes, exhaust valve opens, piston moves from bottom dead center to top dead center. What about crank angle? That is 540 degrees to 720 degrees. So this is the working principle of four-stroke SI engine. So here we have four-stroke, suction stroke, compression stroke, power stroke, followed by expansion stroke. Then fourth one is exhaust stroke. Here observe that during suction stroke, fuel and air mixture only enters into the engine cylinder. But in the case of the diesel engine, during suction stroke, air only enters into the engine cylinder. That is the major difference between SI engine and CI engine. But how the power stroke is produced in the case of the diesel engine means, as we know that diesel having high compression ratio, because of high compression ratio, at the end of the compression stroke, the fuel enters into the engine cylinder from fuel tank to fuel pump, fuel pump to fuel injector. The diesel enters into the combustion chamber with high velocity of particles. It is self-ignited. That's why the combustion takes place in CA engine. So here the difference between working principle of four-stroke SI engine and CI engine. So this is the information about the working principle of four-stroke SI engine and CI engine. So here we have discussed about what is meant by engine, what is meant by heat engine, what are the classification of heat engines, what are the classification of IC and IC engines, then working principle of four stroke SI engine and CI engine. Thank you one and all.